Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So this video will have zero editing because I want to get it up as quickly as possible. I was about to go to bed and I was actually thinking through the day like, oh, I wonder when they'll give us information on Valorant, maybe some of the changes, when it's going to release. And of course they just dropped this tweet there now. So this tweet you're seeing on screen was kind of like the patch notes highlight. So you can pause here if you want to get a look at this. You can see that it's 10 to 12. So I do want to get to bed because I'm up early. But yeah, we're looking through the patch notes of version 1.0. So this is the release version of the game, which is releasing, if you're watching this video when it came out, tomorrow, which is hype. So the beta went really well. I enjoyed it and we've made a few videos on it. But yeah, if you're reading this, it's too late. Valorant is launching. What's new? I think you just pronounced the name Enya. You don't think you pronounce the R, but I could be wrong. Is the latest agent to join Valorant straight from the heart of Mexico. Ascent, an open playground for small wars of positions in... I can't remember that word. I don't know how to say that. It's the word from Titanfall. Enters the map pool. Spike Rush, which is in beta, also arrives to deliver a fresh and more hectic flavour of Valorant. Sage, Omen, Phoenix, Raze and Jet received a decent share of buffs and nerfs respectively to get them ready for launch. This patch also targeted the framerate drops some were expecting during combat. The devil's in the detail, but you know that getting performance we all want for all players is an ongoing process we hope to nail down in the next few patches. Fantastic. Improved hit registration and rework of splits. Midpoint joins a healthy list of fixes and updates below. Good game. Mad patch notes. Okay, so they're promising us mad patch notes. Let's get zoomed nice in because I got that high resolution monitor and I want you all to see. So gameplay and balance. Agent updates. Sage, healing orb, cooldown increase from 35 to 45 seconds. We like how much Sage is able to heal in a single heal, but it felt like she was able to use it too frequently during a round. Completely agree. Barrier Orb segment health reduced from 1000 to 800. Okay. Barrier Orb duration reduced from 40 to 30 seconds. Interesting. Friendly Barrier Orb walls now show on the mini app. I thought they did. That's fine. Previous changes to Sage's Barrier Orb help give it more counterplay options in pistol / early round, but it's still having too much impact in any given round. Agreed. Our hope is that the wall stays as a powerful stalling tool, but asks you to think more about when in the round you want to use it. I like that. I like that. Really nice changes. Sage is hugely powerful, so that's great. Raze, character I probably use most in the beta. Blast Pack, maximum damage radius reduced from 2 to 1 meters. The Blast Pack has proven to be quite strong, especially when chained back to back, reducing the inner amount damage radius. We hope to reduce the average damage output of this ability while keeping it powerful. Okay, it has other properties. I didn't use it as like a killing thing, which is good. Oh, Cloudburst. So Jet smokes have been increased from 4 to 7 seconds. We feel like Jet has a strong, irreplaceable value in terms of her ability to deny trades, but we think her team-oriented output is little too low. This should give her a little more. Yeah, so pretty much, if you played Jet, you played for yourself, you didn't play for the team. Now they're trying to fix that a little bit. Tailwind automatically breaks Cypher's trapwires after being briefly revealed. Okay, Tailwind Force is powerful enough that Jet should easily break free of any leash. This should allow her a little more freedom. I mean, that's a cool change. I have no issue with that. I think that's great. Okay, so Phoenix Blaze duration increased from 6 to 8 seconds. Yeah, that's fine. We felt like the short wall duration combined with the long cast times and short range was forcing Phoenix to play a little too predictably around his wall. We're bumping this up slightly to give him some more time to work. Yeah, I like that. Blaze damage is 15 every... Okay, so they've... Wait. Okay, so they've changed it from 15 every 0.25 to 1 every 0.03. Okay. Healing. Got a similar change. These damage over time / healing over time models are updated to match recent changes to our damage over time abilities. Additionally, we've matched the damage healing values to be as effective as hot hands, primarily so that the total healing output of these two abilities is partly 50 health each. We're also doing this so Blaze doesn't become the de facto healing ability compared to hot hands. I think that's a good idea. The fact they're 50 each means you can technically full heal over that. Nice. Hot hands healing, they've changed it similar, so just hot hands ability. Curveball max flash duration increased from 0.8 to 1.1. Nice. The flash duration is short, given how quickly he can get his curveball out on an enemy caught out of position. Even still, it was a hair too short, especially to justify the new 200 credit price point. I completely agree with it. Run it back automatically reloads all weapons on respawn. Okay, I like it. This is closer to a quality of life improvement. Phoenix's ult often puts him in a position to empty his clips right before getting sent back. It was very jarring for a Phoenix player to wait several seconds to respawn, only to have to spend another second reloading, potentially under pressure. We think the several second respawn time is enough to justify the automatic reload. Completely agree, 110%. Run out with your ult, maybe get a couple of shots in. At least whenever you pop back in, you can push out again if your team feels so. Omen. So Paranoia is now equipped instead of quick cast, and hit detection improved, especially at close range. Does that mean Paranoia is now the main ability? Change the cast paradigm to reward more proactive use of Paranoia over its previous reactive use. Enemies will receive a warning when the projectile is fired rather than being in the direct path of it. This should make it hit enemies more reliably. I always felt like Paranoia wasn't really good at hitting enemies. That's really cool. Dark cover. Omen now enters a phaser world where he can see through walls to place his smokes, pressing the reload toggles between phased and normal targeting. We wanted to provide Omen with more precise way to place his smokes, especially when verticality is at play. We provided a toggle back to the old view model as well, making sure we support the quick range smoke playstyles many Omen players have honed. Yeah, I think that's fine. Yeah, more options, better. Dark cover controls have been updated where Omen can now increase the smoke distance with primary fire, decrease it with secondary fire, and throw a smoke with the ability key. Okay, yeah, this might be a difficult control shift for players who main Omen, but in the long run, and for new players, we think it'll be more intuitive for the distance to be controlled by one hand on the mouse by default. I completely agree. It makes way more sense. Like Shroud Step, Omen can now see his teleport location on the map and receive an in-world indicator of where he's targeting when his vision of the point is obstructed. Yep, I like it. From the shadow, Omen can now cancel his teleport while in shade form by pressing the ability key again. Omen still loses all his ult points if he cancels. I think this kind of changes the game with Omen's ult a bit. It's a huge change. Currently, you could spawn in, you might have seen an enemy and just thought, okay, it's too late, I'm going to die here. Especially if the enemy was tuned in enough to go like, okay, I'll wait till he spawns in and then I'll kill him. Really nice, I like it. Sound visualization, audio. We've brought more sounds made by agents under the category of sounds that disappear. Okay, so that's just settings. You can customize more sound settings. Nice. They've introduced a new map called Ascent. We'll do a video on that tomorrow. Ascent is a map set in Italy that features a large range open middle area that both teams can skirmish over. Mid is a playground for diverse ability use, and successfully controlling the area opens additional routes for attackers to both spike sites. Nice. As our new map for launch, Ascent will be slightly more common in our matchmaker rotation for a few days, so you can get more opportunities to play on the map. Yeah, I like that. I really like that. Okay, so Split reconstructed the mid choke point. We felt like defenders were able to effectively plug the main choke point, and mid is a large percentage. Oh wow, sorry, I kind of just stopped speaking there, but this is what it was before. So these were common hold areas, but now, okay, and this is the new one. So it's a box here instead. I'm really interested to see how this plays. You can see they've changed how the map looks a bit there too in the background. Different textures and stuff. Okay. Wow, that's a decent change. The train station maintenance crew was able to replace the burned out speaker system. A certain frog head is now a little warmer. But do they show the frog head? Nah, they don't. That's kind of sad. So, Haven, Bind, Split, Ascend. These are all updates for all these maps. Expand our new system that combats map exploits to all other maps. This will eradicate anyone trying to escape the play space. Good. Continue to fix level collision in order to enhance the smoothness of gameplay space. Completed draw call optimizations. Also continue to block spots for Cypher spy cams that present counterplay. As always, huge thanks to everyone who helps find these. Okay, competitive mode update. This is a good one. Competitive mode will not be on at launch, similar to our closed beta or initial focus, making sure the service is stable, yada yada yada. They're going to make sure everything works fine before they put in competitive, which I think is fine. It'll give everyone to play their first 20 games if they're new to the game. So fantastic. That is 100% okay. Right, that is fine. Performance updates. The team rallied in this patch to fix a number of performance issues. Our focus for this round is primarily on frame rate dips you may sometimes experience in combat. Simpler scenarios where very little is happening may not see the same dramatic gains in FPS. Rest assured, we're not done improving performance, and you can expect to see more from us. Okay, so combat and performance addresses multiple causes for frame rate dips in combat. These improvements should help the game feel smoother. Yeah, especially in combat situations on higher end PCs. Okay, so we won't go into the details of this, but we'll just say that if you're on a higher end PC, that you're getting even higher specs for mid to high PCs. Again, higher FPS for the low tier people. So content improvements that will help primarily. Yeah, they just go into detail with a whole bunch of FPS fixes. So it's like animations and stuff being changed on characters whenever you're on lower settings. Yeah, that's fine. More FPS. You can check out the link to the main doc yourself if you want to read into them in detail. Quality of life. So dying to a non-enemy player will no longer grant ultimate points. This includes dying to the spike, fall damage, a teammate's ability, or your own ability. Okay. Added Valorant community code pop-up for new players. Added chat and voice restrictions for repeat offenders of our community code. Chat and voice restrictions last 72 hours. Getting restricted will require you to log out. Please take a moment to cool down and reflect before logging back in to play Valorant. Chat restrictions will be enforced for all and team chat, but your party chat will still be available. That's good. Voice restrictions will be enforced for team chat, but your party voice will still be available. Reporting categories updated to cover a wider range of community code. Transition screens added before character selection and game. The button to upgrade a gun skin now indicates what type of improvement, variant, animation, etc. Visual updates to collection and contract pages. Adjusted ping calculation to be more accurate. Added a setting to disable the spectator count widget on the hub. Updated the death camera to avoid obscuring the screen immediately after death. Added a build version watermark. Observer updates. We won't get into them too much, but they added some first person highlighting, consistent coloring, attackers and defenders don't swap HUDs, key bindings are consistent from round to round, fixed scoreboard not showing. They removed the freeze time that would trigger when waiting for a player to reconnect at the start of the buy phase, and they updated shop icons. Okay, very nice. That's some quality of life stuff. They have changed the HUD and the UI a little bit. Added VFX to abilities, kill feed, and ceremonies like Ace and Clutch, etc. Updated spike visuals in the inventory. Updated armor icons in the shop. Updated character portraits again. Added chat message regulations, so only send one chat message is sent when multiple of the same ping or VO command are used in rapid succession. That's fair enough. Bug fixes in game. Okay, so fixed a bug where rewinding for hit registration could cause the client to slightly disagree with the server on where a target was shown. when you pull the trigger. This affected all players slightly, but scaled up in severity at lower FPS. Fixed an issue where client-side tracers desynced when yaw switching. The server and client would sometimes disagree on where shots landed. Fixed a bug that let you shred the NAR at supersonic speed using Viper's toxic screen as a projectile boost. Fixed the ability to activate Viper's poison cloud mid-air if it is being picked up. Remove slow from Viper's snakebite toolbit. Cypher's spy cam now shows the direction it is looking at when it's possessed. Okay. Fix more unintended spy cam locations. Fix Sova's arrows, sometimes unpredictable bouncing. Nice. Fix Sova's arrows from revealing through some walls. Nice. Fix a bug where Jet's lower body popping out place during her glide. Thanks physical therapy. Fix an issue where blood was disabled. Fix an observer bug where dead players appeared as Phoenix on the HUD when an entire team was dead. Fix the spectator issue where Cypher's tracers would appear inaccurate if the spectator swapped him after he had entered/exited his camera. Fix an issue where a team could all disconnect on side swap rounds to surrender, but they would receive a win instead of a loss. Wow. Fix a bug that allowed Bucky's right click to penetrate through world geography. That's pretty bad. Fix a bug that bug for comms halo above player's head. It should now activate when both party chat and team chat. Fix an issue where credits on the HUD appear to be much higher than 800 you receive when swapping rounds. Fix an issue with the scoreboard that would show enemy team above the credit cap. Fix a bug where players were fully movement inaccurate after being resurrected or respawned. Fixed overruns on interactable objects like orbs or the spike. Fixing an issue where ally loadouts would appear to show damaged even if allies were at full health. Fixing an issue with the HUD prompts that would be cut off if the key to activate the prompt was bound to a key with more than one letter. Fixed a bug where the buy phase announcement would always say press B to buy even if the key to open the armory was bound to a different key. Fix an issue where reconnect messages would spam every start round. Fix an observer bug where the text would overlap in the buy phase announcement. Fix an observer bug where some abilities would not appear on your minimap. Fix a bug where the ping wheel on the mega map would not grey out when ping limited. Fix a bug in the armory where weapon details would vanish after purchasing a weapon. Fix a bug where last equipped weapon hotkey was not functioning properly after using the ability. Didn't know that was an option. Glad to see that it's there. I will use this. Fixed overlaps with instability indicators, so high ping. And spectator widget. Fixed overlapping and overruns in the combat report. Fixed an issue with dead player models occasionally flickering. Fixed an issue with animations when aiming the Omen for a spectator's Fix flickering mouse cursor in a few places. The tooltip pointing at the contracts can now be dismissed forever. Fixed a bug where half the arsenal page would fade when clicking on the collection tab. Fixed a bug where personalization store offers would blink before fading in. Fixed a bug where various menus could overlap with the lobby screen after Q dodge. Okay, and we're getting on to the last few issues. Bug fixes game client. Fix some visual bugs in the settings menu. Fixed a bug with window mode for Valorant. Window would not save its location properly. Nice. Okay, and they've actually included some known issues. So they're saying the hit registration isn't perfect yet. That's the first thing to say. So in rare cases with the players, a lot of incoming packet loss, an enemy model would appear to be crouching when they're actually standing, or vice versa. The connection has dropped. The packet says this player uncrouched, and there can be a short delay before it's resent. We have a fix for this coming ASAP. We're also looking for a way to improve the visual clarity of hit impact effects, especially sparks. In many of the clips we reviewed, readability issues cause shoulder shots to read like headshots, further contributing to that hit rage being off. This is very good. It's very important. I did feel like it was an issue in the game. All impact effects, so spark and blood, are pinned in the world space where the hit registration on the server. These show up after hearing back from the server, at which point the victim or the attacker may have slightly shifted positions after we sent the target crouch into or move their head where the hit impact renders. It's difficult to read the exact hit location, center point, from the spark effect when compared to blood. Yikes, and that was long. So guys, I'm going to end this pretty abruptly, so hopefully you like this video. Hopefully it wasn't too long. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe, and yeah, see you tomorrow in Valorant.